Welcome, rock stars, to another amazing video starring you, the math student. And today we are talking about a long title: Write and Solve Multi-Step Linear Equations from Context. What does that mean? We're going to have some word problems that you're going to turn into multi-step equations, and then you're going to solve them. Okay. So we have a video like this based on two-step linear equations. I think we have one on one-step linear equations as well. Go back and watch those if you need some more foundational skills. But really, it's all about understanding how we're using math in the real world. Okay, why do seagulls fly over the sea? Well, because if they flew over the bay, they would be called bagels. That would be a confusing situation, wouldn't it? Okay, real quick. Like we said, we're going to write and solve multi-step linear equations to represent a verbal situation, including those in context. Okay, this shouldn't be a super long video. We're only going to do one sample problem, but we first got to dive into a couple of the things we need to know to break down what it means to turn scenarios into multi-step equations. So sometimes you're going to see a sentence or a scenario, or in the real world, you're going to find some sort of scenario that you need to figure out. And a lot of times that means we're going to use some algebra. We're going to use multi-step equations. Okay, you're going to need to know your knowledge of how like just solving regular word problems comes into play with those fancy little words like more than and less than and product and is and quotient. And I always like to put is there because it seems to be one of the most popular words that almost always means multiply. If you have 3/5 of something, you can say 3/5 times something. So just keep that word in mind, would you? It doesn't always mean that, but a lot of the times it does. All right, so word problem strategies. Okay, so the next layer is turning a word problem into equations so we can use math to solve real world problems. And I have some steps that will help you. First of all, one, read the problem and decide what is my goal. In other words, what is the question actually asking me to find? And you'll be surprised how often that is skipped by people who are working on these type of math problems, and then they end up doing a lot of work that they don't need to do. Step two, assign the variable. So whenever you figure out what the goal is, put a variable there. That's the thing that's missing. Normally the question is asking you what is missing. So it's almost always the answer to question one. Number three, reread the problem and write an equation with the remaining necessary quantities. So this is the hardest part and it takes practice. So we reread the problem again and then we write the equation, okay? Based on, we have a variable and based on what we're trying to find. Okay, step four, solve the equation. So once we have the equation, let's use our understanding of multi-step equations to break down that equation and get to the answer to our variable. Now, sometimes the answer to the variable is the answer to the question, but sometimes it isn't. So we need to make sure we use that variable answer, in other words, the solving our equation, to make sure we answer the actual question that was asked. So be careful with that. Okay. Can we write equations from word problems and solve them? So here's the situation. The cost to purchase a sticker from Best Sticker Shop is 99 cents per sticker. To buy a sticker from Stickies, which is a different membership shop, there is a membership fee. So the Stickies membership fee is $10 a month, okay? Also, each sticker costs 89 cents, okay? Each sticker at Stickies costs 89 cents. So how many stickers must be purchased for the monthly price of Beth's to be the same as Stickies? All right, so one of them is just a flat cost per sticker, and the other one is a monthly fee plus a cheaper cost per sticker. So when will it be a better deal, or when will they be the same cost for both of them? Okay, so in order to solve this, here was our steps, right? First one is, what is the goal? All right, so what is the goal of this question? Well, you always look for where the final part is, where they're going to ask you the actual question for the problem. And this one says, how many stickers must be purchased? So how many stickers must be purchased for the monthly price of Best to be the same as Stickies? All right, so how many do I have to buy in order for them to have the same cost that month? All right, so that's the goal. Next, we're going to assign the variable. All right, so what is missing here? What's the thing we're trying to solve? Well, we want to know the number of stickers. The number of stickers is what's missing. All right, so that's our unknown. All right, next, we're going to reread the equation. So we go back and we read it again. We remember we talked about the purchase of sticker from Best Sticker Shop is 99 cents. If we're going to buy it from Stickies, there's a membership fee. That membership fee is $10. You're paying $10 no matter what, even if you don't buy any stickers. And then also each sticker costs 89 cents. Okay. And so we're trying to figure out how many stickers need to be purchased for the monthly price to be the same for Beth's as the same as Sticky's. All right. So then after we reread it, let's come up with equations. So what are we trying to say? We're trying to say, when will Beth's fee be the same as Sticky's fee? All right, so there's our kind of our situation. That's our big picture. Very vague. That's not our equation, but this is literally what we are trying to solve when it comes to this section right here is what we're trying to figure out. When is Beth's price going to be the same as Sticky's price? All right, so let's dig into that. So, well, let's make an equation. Let's start with Beth's price. What do we need to know about Beth's price? Well, it's 99 cents per sticker. Now, remember I was telling you those little buzzwords, those little keywords that we want to focus on? Well, there's one right there. All right, per. Per almost always means multiply. So it's 99 cents per sticker. Per sticker. Don't we have a letter or something that stands for sticker? That's right. So it's 0.99, 99 cents, times N. So that would be Beth's price. It's 99 cents per sticker. Now we need to find Sticky's price. All right, so Sticky's price tells us that it's a membership fee of 10 bucks, and then each sticker costs 89 cents. So there's two parts to this one. So the first of all, there is a $10 fee. No matter what, you're paying it. All right, and then there's also a per, each sticker costs. So another buzzword right there is each. All right, so if I have each sticker costs 89 cents, so that's 89 cents per sticker, same thing. So that's you're multiplying your sticker times the sticker cost times the sticker. So 0.89 times N. And we're going to add these together, subtract and multiply them. Well, it's $10 and the price per sticker. So we're going to go ahead and add that. Well, you've made your equation. That will tell us if we solve this equation, we'll get a value for N, which will tell us the number of stickers that it's going to take so that they pay the same fee that month. So what do we got to do next? Well, now it just comes down to solving the equation. All right, so let's solve this equation. We know how to do this, right? Remember, here's our, if you haven't watched this video, go back and check it out, multi-step equations. All right, so what do? We got to get the variable by itself. And the next step we say is there any distributive property needed? No, there's no parentheses, nothing that needs to be distributed. Do we need to combine terms? Is there any terms on this side that needs to be combined? No, there's only one term over there. What about this side? No, we have one that has a variable attached to it and one that is just simply an integer, so we don't need to combine. So then we go to moving day. Yeah, let's get all the variables on one side. And since this side has a variable by itself, let's go ahead and move the other one, this guy, let's move him over there, all right? So we have plus 0.89, so we're gonna use GIMDAs to do that, right? We start with reverse GIMDAs, and we say, do we see any addition or subtraction? Yes, we have plus 0.89. So what's the inverse of plus 0.89? It would be minus 0.89, right? So here we go. So we subtract 0.89. And remember, whatever we do on one side, we have got to do on the other. We got to keep that bad boy balanced. All right, one side cancels out because that would make a zero pair. The other side, we have to subtract. And so when we subtract that 99 cents minus 89 cents, what do we get? We get 10 cents, which is the same thing as 0.1, and we keep the variable, all right? Then we bring everything else back down, all right, that has not been canceled out already. So now we have 0.1n equals 10. So we go back to reverse GIMDAs and we say, any addition, subtraction? Nope. Is there any multiplication or division? Yes, there is. And so if there is, then we do the opposite. We have 0.1 times n, right? So we're going to do the opposite of that, and we are going to divide by 0.1, okay? And what we do to one side, we have to do to the other side. 0.1 divided by 0.1 equals 1, so it cancels out to just say n. And 10 divided by 0.1 equals 100. So you bring everything else back down, and you got n equals 100. So we have solved for our variable. All right, so the number of stickers needed is 100. So the next thing we do is go back and just answer the question. What is the question? Well, the question was asking us how many stickers must be purchased for the monthly price of Beth's to be the same? Well, you would have to purchase 100 stickers for the monthly fee to be the same at Beth's and at Sticky's. So 100 stickers would do it. All right, so, well, let's go ahead and fill in the blank with these understandings. When solving multi-step equations, start by reading the problem and trying to find the what? The goal of the question. Look at it, find the goal. Always find out what you're trying to figure out first. And then after you know the goal, assign the variable. right? Because it's almost always going to be the answer to number 1 is going to almost, at very least, lead you to number 2. And number 3, now reread the problem and write an equation. This is the hardest part, so take your time, underline. You notice that I did that through the problem. It helps you out. The next step is to go ahead and solve it. You should be rocking multi-step equations already, setting this up, and then go ahead and solve it. And then number 5, finally, answer the question. Once you get an answer for that variable, go back to the question, what was the goal, and then turn it into a real answer to the question. All right, I think you guys are ready to rock and roll. What kind of pigs know karate? Yeah, that would be a pork chop. Pork chop.